Well, when it comes to what whites think or feel about blacks, the general assumption is hatred, particularly in light of the blatant racism which has been exacerbated by Trump in an already volatile country, exhibiting hatred towards anything and everybody non-white. So a question was asked by a black man directed explicitly towards whites. He wanted to know what, if anything, did whites like about blacks? And here's what they had to say. Tell me something positive about black people.
Don't even get me started on this. Anything that has to do with soul comes from black people. We got soul music, soul food, and don't even get me started on the women. They'll take you to church, then they'll bring you home, show you what demon time really is, and snatch your soul.
Tell me something positive about black people.
I'm glad you asked. And I have a single word answer. Cologne. I've never met a black man who didn't smell like absolute heaven. It always smelled like Gucci, wrapped in Prada, walking next to Louis Vuitton or something. If you could tell us where you get your cologne, that would be awesome, because I can never find cologne for my husband that smells anywhere near as good as a black man. Never smell like Axe body spray. And for that, we're extremely grateful. Plus, that ass be popping.
Tell me something positive about.
I'm Native American and also white, but I believe the most beautiful thing about Black people is you are the best of us white people, because you're the part of us that is where good comes from. Because all I know is from white history is that white Catholic Europeans, no matter where they went, no matter what country, no matter where on this earth that they went, they left a trail of blood everywhere. They destroyed people's cultures everywhere. So I believe that Black people are our future, and people need to realize that people of color, period, are our future. And you are the best of all of us, not just white people, but the best of all of us. Because you are where we started, and you are where we will end. So thank you. Because without you, none of us would be here. That's the most positive thing I can think of. And it comes from the heart. And I don't mean any type of disrespect. Because white people, the ones that are looking at me right now, knowing the hate that I see already, it's true. And that's why you fight so hard to keep your white supremacy. Because you know that everything great about the world came from them. Everything. I said what I said.
Tell me something positive about black people.
Your guys' food is absolutely amazing. Your brotherhood is amazing. You always got someone's back if they're in trouble. You guys got style too. Clothes, cars, music. Funniest mother planet, hands down. I could be walking down the street, and if y'all were having a cookout in your front yard, be like, hey, you want some food? You guys also, for the most part, don't carry any hate in your heart. I grew up in one of the whitest towns in America, Prescott, Arizona. I tell you, there are more evil motherfuckers there than I've ever seen in my entire life. None of them were black. I've also found that you guys are really good at creating solutions to any problem. Like without hesitation. Boom. All right, well, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. And boom, solved. Takes me 2 days to do fucking a load of laundry. What's positive about white people?
Tell me something positive about Black people.
Musical genius, musical innovator, musical genius that actually surpasses that of Beethoven and Mozart, voice of an angel, funkiest man ever, completely changed the course of music in the 20th century. I could go on, but I think you get the point. I am forever grateful for the gifts that they gave us, and their influence has completely shaped my life.
Tell me something positive.
Hey, when I was younger, before the Alaska Times, I lived in Sacramento for a little bit while I was poor and making no money. I lived in what would be considered not a great neighborhood and was really one of the only white individuals in my neighborhood. I had these two Black women, one that lived next door to me, one that lived upstairs from me. And these two women not only made sure that I was welcome to the neighborhood, made sure that I felt safe, made sure that I knew if I ever felt like I was in trouble, that all I needed to do was knock on either of their doors and that they would take care of me. The kindness and compassion for community and the nurturing that those two women showed will stick with me forever. Not all superheroes wear capes.
Tell me something positive about Black.
Everything. I'm positive you guys have better personalities than most white folks. You guys are more loving and caring than most white folks. Y'all cook better. You know, my mama taught me how to cook, but a Black person taught me how to season. Y'all dance better. Y'all are more fun at parties, more outgoing, more friendly. If I go up to 10 different Black people and I say good morning, I'm going to get a good morning back, maybe even a couple conversations. If I do that to white folks, 8 of them people are going to ignore me and keep walking. You guys definitely praise and worship better. I would know because I left my church of over 30 years to go to a Black church because you haven't been to a Church of Christ until you've been to a Black church. Everything, just everything in general. I love me some Black folks. That's why I gravitate toward them.
About Black people.
Their churches, their barbecue, cooking in general, actually, their personalities. Like, I feel so accomplished when, you know, somebody daps me up versus when somebody just shakes my hand. There's just so much. Like, have you seen these motherfuckers dance? Like, how is that even possible?
People. Tell me something positive.
Brother man, let me tell you. Having been to war 3 times, having fought in Desert Storm, Desert Shield, I've figured out that when you're standing in a fighting hall, it doesn't matter what color the guy next to you is, as long as he's pulling the trigger. And as a veteran, I have served with so many young Black men who fought ferociously for the man beside them. So you want something positive? Your Black warriors can be the most fierce warriors on the planet. Love you guys, and I've always said we're all green. It doesn't matter what's on the outside. We got to look at what's on the inside.
Something positive about Black people.
Now, I don't know if this is true everywhere, but down here in the South, Black people are the best fucking people you will ever run into. Anytime I've ever needed help, I've gotten help quicker from Black folks than I have white folks. Hell, I ran out of gas one time, got pulled into a gas station. I'm trying to figure out what to do. And this dude pulls up, him and his friend, and they're like, y'all run out of gas? I'm like, yeah. And he was like, all right, we'll hop in. We'll go get you some gas. So I hopped in his car. They took me to Dollar General so I could buy a cheaper gas can instead of one at a gas station. They took me to the gas station, let me pump some gas, and brought me back. Black folks are the nicest people you'll ever meet. And it's a shame everybody's scared of y'all.
Something positive about Black.
Your churches look way more exciting than our churches, and I'd really like to go someday.
So around 91 or 92, my daddy got out of the Navy. He had breathing problems, and he went on veterans disability, and he had trouble getting it to begin with. we moved in apartment projects in Atlanta, Georgia for about 5 or 6 years till he got on his feet. And we were the minority in the neighborhood. There was like 32 apartments. I think we were one or two white families out there. Never once did we not ever once get looked down. We were always included in everything. I have grandmothers that are black. I have aunties that are black. My godmother, my mother's best friend, God rest her soul, she's a black lady. My sister, Yolanda, she's not my sister, obviously, but also she's a black girl. So we were accepted by everybody. Ain't nobody judge us for being white or none of that. And I would go on, but I'm obviously emotional because that meant a lot to me.
Clearly, not all whites see us the same. Possibly because their lived experiences among blacks superseded any negative propaganda being told concerning us. And while many choose to believe the lies concerning us, our people, and contributions, I believe an honest assessment based on lived experiences would better tell the truth about who we are as a people and tear down the walls erected for the preservation of white supremacy, which in fact is another lie told by themselves, for the exclusion of all others.